Well, since we're talking about bulbs, I've got one of our edible bulbs here in the herb garden, and that is our garlic chives. Now, garlic chives are, again, an allium. It's Allium tuberosum, and they're closely related to the regular chives that we have, but there are a few differences. And one of the first differences that you note is that our garlic chives are actually blooming right now in the fall. This is a good thing to think about. If you're putting in a garden that you want to have some fall blooms, think about putting some garlic chives in. They have beautiful white allium-looking blooms on them that are just now starting to open. Now, these will go ahead and open up and be nice white balls. And again, they don't have an onion scent. In fact, it's kind of a faint violet or rose type scent. And they make a very good cut flower. Now, as we look at the plant here, you'll notice that they actually bloom on about 2-foot tall stalks, but the overall plant most of the year is about 1 foot tall. So take that into consideration when you're planning where to put this. It could actually go towards the middle of a flower bed or even towards the front, but it would be covered up by taller things. Now, the other difference between our garlic chives and our regular chives is as you look at the leaf, you'll notice that the leaf is actually flat. Whereas regular chives have a leaf that is round, this is flat. And it also, instead of having an onion smell to it, has more of a garlicky smell. Now, these are very nice, again, to chop up and use fresh on anything from the top of your baked potato to using them in a dish or to add substance and a little bit of flavor to any kind of soup that you might have. You're going to harvest them about the same way as you would regular chives. You can just come down on the clump and clip them off about 2 inches. You can either cut them or just break them off like I have. If you're cutting more, you could bring your clippers in and take a few. Now, chives don't really freeze well, and sometimes people don't have a whole lot of success drying them very well at home. So just harvest what you need and use them fresh. The other thing is you wouldn't want to harvest the entire clump at once because you want to leave some leaves on here to go ahead and feed those roots. But you can use a few of the chives at a time and use them in dishes very well. Now, again, I was talking about chives. They are in the onion family, and they are actually a bulb. And you'll notice here, it looks a lot like a green onion when you pick it. And down here at the base, you can't really tell that there's much of a bulb there, but that is basically what the chive looks like down below the soil. They like the same kind of cultural conditions that regular chives. You need to plant them in a sunny area with well-drained soil. Pretty much the only way that you can kill these is to have them in an area that's not well-drained because their bulbs will rot. Now, the one last thing that you want to think about with these is they have beautiful flowers in the fall. You're going to want to clip those flowers off before they go to seed, because if you don't, you'll have a whole lot of garlic chives around your garden. Over here, we've already got some from last year that have started. We've got some seedlings, and they are very prolific if you let them go to seed. So just clip off some of those flowers and use them in a flower arrangement, and then you won't have to worry about chives taking over your flower bed.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.